Have you ever opened Microsoft Fabric for the first time and immediately felt overwhelmed? OneLake, Lakehouse, warehouses, data pipelines, notebooks, real time intelligence, AI. Honestly, that's exactly how I felt. When I started learning Microsoft Fabric, I searched online for a roadmap. But every instructor seemed to recommend a different path. Some said start with the data engineering, others said start with the lakehouse. A few even suggested learning AI first. I was confused totally. So I decided to create a roadmap based on my own background as a Power BI developer. And in this video, I will share that roadmap with you. Hi everyone, welcome back to VMK Labs. If you are new here, my name is Rahul and I work as a business intelligence professional. And this channel is where I document my journey of learning Microsoft Fabric from scratch. And in my previous video, we discussed whether the Power BI developers should actually learn Microsoft Fabric. At the end of that video, I promised to share the roadmap I am following. So let's get started. Before we jump into the roadmap, I want to explain why I even think a roadmap is necessary. One mistake I see many beginners making is trying to learn everything at once. Microsoft Fabric isn't just another reporting tool. It is an entire analytics platform. If you look at Fabric, you will see OneLake, Lakehouse, warehouses, the pipelines, notebooks, data engineering, AI, real-time intelligence, and many other workloads. And if you jump randomly from one workload to another, the chances are you will become overwhelmed very quickly. And that's exactly why I decided to create a structured learning path for this. So before I show you my roadmap, there's one important thing I want to mention. This roadmap is actually based on my background as a Power BI developer. If you are coming from SQL, data engineering, software development, or any other background, your ideal learning order may be different. So don't treat this as the only roadmap, and instead treat it as one practical path that has made sense for me. So the first will be Power BI, and I have been working with Power BI for a few years now. So I already understand the report development, DAX, the Power Query, data modeling. Those skills are extremely valuable inside Microsoft Fabric. So then we will move to the next workload, which will be the OneLake. And why OneLake? Because OneLake is the foundation of Microsoft Fabric. Almost every workload uses the OneLake in one way or the other. So before learning anything else, I want to understand the storage layer. So after OneLake, we will be moving to the Lakehouse. And since the data is stored and managed here, it makes sense to learn this immediately after understanding the OneLake. Now after the Lakehouse, we move to the warehouse. And here I will learn how structured the analytical data is stored and queried. And this will also strengthen my SQL knowledge. And once I know where the data is stored, then the next logical question comes: how does the data get there? And that's exactly where the data pipelines comes in. They automate moving data between the systems. Now everything starts connecting together. And this is where I will learn how large-scale data solutions are built. And now comes the data engineering. By this stage, I have already understand where my data is stored, how it's organized, and how it moves through the platform. Now I can focus on transforming, cleaning, and preparing that data at scale. And this is where the notebooks, Spark, engineering workloads become much easier to understand because I will already know the foundations. And instead of learning the data engineering in isolation, I will be learning it in context. And finally, once I have built a strong foundation, I will explore the Microsoft's AI capabilities inside the Fabric. I don't want to rush into AI before understanding the platform itself. So next comes my current progress. Where exactly am I today? Honestly, I am still at the beginning. I have completed the Power BI and I am currently learning the OneLake. And after that, I will continue with the lakehouse, the warehouse, pipelines, and everything else in this roadmap. I'm not claiming to be a Microsoft Fabric expert, but instead, I am documenting my journey publicly, and hopefully, we can all learn together. So, another question that comes is, where am I learning Fabric? So, my primary source is Microsoft Learn. I also spend a lot of time reading the Microsoft's official documentation. But reading alone isn't enough, and that's why I am building small projects to reinforce what I learn. And of course, I will be sharing everything here on the VMK Labs. So next is my advice for the beginners. If you are just starting your Fabric journey, here's one piece of advice. Don't try to master the entire platform in 1 week. Pick one concept, understand it well, and build something small. Then you have to move to the next topic. That's exactly the approach I am following, learning slowly but consistently. So that's the roadmap I am following to learn Microsoft Fabric. Now I would like to hear from you. And if you are already learning Fabric, where are you in your journey? Let me know in the comments below. And in the next video, we will start with the most important building block of Microsoft Fabric, which is the OneLake. I will explain what it is and why Microsoft created it and why it's considered the foundation of the entire platform. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing to VMK Labs. Thank you so much for watching guys, and I will see you in the next video.